Joining me this morning is White House Senior Advisor for Strategic Communications, Mercedes Schlapp. Mercedes, good to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Good night for your team.
It was spectacular. The president delivered a powerful speech. It was historic in so many sense. And when you look at the fact that the president focuses on the American people, I mean, those stories of the American heroes, whether it be the individual who ended up adopting the baby from a woman who was addicted to heroin. You go on and on. The North Korean defector who had to travel miles to find freedom.
Yeah,
and so
it's
the spirit of America, and it's a spirit of optimism. And what the president wanted to send a very clear message to the American people, that now it's your turn. It's your time right now to live the American dream. He is helping to build this foundation. He's strengthening our economy. He's doing what he can to ensure that we're protecting our homeland and ensuring that while we are America first, we're not America, it's not America alone. And so I think when you look at the message he sent directly to the American people, not filtered with all the media bias, but truly from his heart, basically saying that we are now energized, we're continuing to build our economy, and we're helping American workers succeed.
What did you think about the Democrats' response and the fact that, I was in the chamber and it was pretty obvious that half the room did not stand up? Well, the Democrats would not stand up in anything he said.
Well, I want to say that the Democrats, I think, are bitter because of his success. I mean, it's very clear that the president had a historic year last year, and it's just the beginning. He came from the outside, has made it a point to change Washington. I mean, he even talked about civil service reform, something that we haven't seen talked about in a very long time, making sure that Washington is working effectively and for the people. And he made it very clear that the Capitol, that building, those individuals in there, that they're there to support the American people. And quite frankly, I think it was incredibly disappointing that the Democrats cannot find that common ground when it comes to bipartisan issues such as immigration and infrastructure. I mean, the president is willing to work with them, yet what they do is they turn their backs. I think what they're doing is the Democrats are turning their backs on the American people.
I think they're going to have to come up with a new plan. I mean, the resist isn't working in terms of the American people, because you got polls this morning saying 75% of Americans actually approved the speech.
Right.
That they liked what they saw. What was your take on Joe Kennedy's response?
Again, I think that it's interesting how the Democrats talk about identity politics, yet they put this elite from Massachusetts where they're very out of touch with where the American people are. One of the things that the president understood very clearly, he always understood the pulse of the American people. He's worked with American workers throughout the country and really been listening to their stories. And so he wanted to reflect and honor those Americans who contribute to our economy, to our nation. And I think he sent such a strong message out there, basically saying, look, we are building a safe, strong, and proud America. This is about you all. This is about our nation. Yeah. And together, we're the big American family. And I think that's a very positive message to send.
It's interesting. It's something about being a disruptor that actually did resonate a lot. I mean, it's not just a business guy running for president, because Mitt Romney was a business guy. There were other business guys, but he was a disruptor. He shook it up.
He did. And the other thing, and for Washingtonians that are here and have been in this process for a long time, they didn't understand how to deal with that. But when you think about it, the president has been about results. And that comes from his instinct and his business background. And I tell you, I get to engage with the president. He is incredibly asked the tough questions on the policy issues. I mean, you've seen that in person too, where he is very much engaged in pushing forward results. How can we make effective change in Washington? How can we make effective change in the nation?
Right.
And I think
build it on time and come under budget.
That's right.
Real business guy. All right, Mercedes, good to see you. Thanks so much, Mercedes Schlapp there. We'll be